21-13 is our score. CTV Sports is a presentation of Community Television of Santa Cruz County, a nonprofit membership organization serving county residents by providing education and tools to access media. Find out more by visiting communitytv.org. The Lions Senior Bowl is presented by the Santa Cruz Host Lions Club, and all proceeds benefit Lions programs that support hearing and sight conservation, as well as the development of our community's youth. Get involved at santacruzlions.org. This CTV presentation of the Lions Senior Bowl is made possible in part by the generous support Cruzio Internet, Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, a co-location data center, flexible workspaces with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com. Also by Independent Rentals, offering dependable truck, van, and trailer rentals for over 10 years. Customer satisfaction is very important. Independent Rental. See them on the web at independentrentalcode.com. And then finally, Coastal RV, serving Santa Cruz County for more than 20 years with professional and friendly staff. Visit them online at coastalservice.net. Coastal RV, we come to you.
Great job, Edmund.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
And you're doing all this with no water.
With no water, I tell you.
Beautiful, picturesque, Aptos, California. Can't get any better than that, folks. Here's our trivia question today. Question: name the first left-handed quarterback inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Was it A, Kenny Stabler, B, Steve Young, C, from the Seattle Seahawks, Jimmy Zorn, or D, Boomer Esiason? You'll find that answer coming up at our next break, but think about it for a while. Stabler, Zorn, Young, or Esiason? First lefty inducted. Edmund?
I have my thoughts, and I have a feeling that no, because you can't give it away.
Oh.
Can't give it away. But I have my thought. I have a feeling that I'm wrong because I can't recall if indeed he might have been inducted or not. So I need to do a little bit more internal research. You take a look at that picture, John. You talked about being here and overseeing the Bay from Aptos. Rain has really helped out, and I think that's one of the things that the chairman, Debbie Johnson, had hoped for. She did her own analysis of how the weather would be, and she really had told me before the game that between 3 and 6 they'd hope for light drizzle, and for the most part it's really turned out that way. So here's 4th and goal, and it's going to be not quite a hook and ladder, but a pitch and throw, and trying to get outside is Brandon. He's going to get across the 20 and is not going to be able to get through. So a little bit of trickery by the South on 4th and very, very long to get in the end zone. The North will take over, and again, they should have done the hook and ladder on him, John.
Gregorio's not listening to me, Edmund. I've told Gregorio, you want to score, you do the hook and ladder. This pitch pass thing, you've done it too much, Joe. But 4 days of practice, probably didn't have enough time to implement.
It just goes back to Sandlot football, and you would think that at some point that would take over too.
That's right. Good shot there, number 45, Russell Parker for SLV. Okay, now the North has got to put something together, and there's no time a wasting. 11:50 left here in the game. North better put something together, Edmund, or they're going to have to swallow their pride.
Split backfield, and the give is to DeLucci, and he's got nowhere to go. Great job of pursuit, and on the tackle is number 51. And I'll tell you, Will Lee has come to play today. That's the second nice hit that he's made in the backfield against this North squad.
Again, the St. Francis crew of Will Lee, Garrett Martin, Stephen Conego, and Jacob Sifsky had an opportunity to coach Will Lee in junior high in basketball, and I'll tell you what, folks, he's all heart. He played for Moreland Notre Dame, and Will Lee just did a great job giving it up, and he had a great career at St. Francis.
So here's Newberry. A little confusion on the South defense, and Lippert will get the pitch and being pursued and taken down. Good job by number 3 on the hit, Colby Nelson out of Monte Vista Christian, and it will bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, watch this pursuit by Nelson. I mean, he just barrels in. Colby does a great job. Good job, Nelson, number 3.
3rd and a long 9 for the North. And as we have talked throughout, North started out strong and then had to play catch-up. And as the drizzle starts to come back a little heavier now, we will see how the North reacts. And you can always tell, John, because here comes popping the umbrellas. So here's a throw over the middle, in and out of the hands. Nelson had fingers on it. They were trying to put together a middle screen and just nowhere to be found. That's going to cause the North to have to punt with 10:30 here in the ball game, down by 8.
Not to be selfish if you're the North, Edmund, but when we had an opportunity to see Zach Newberry play, it was like having a running back in the, I think you got to go back to pass. I know Sifke's looking at him and he's the spy, but I say you go out patterns and let Newberry run with the ball and go one-on-one with Sifke in the open field.
Paccadelli with the punt, and it takes a south bounce, and now it comes back, and it's going to fall out right about the 48-yard line of the South. So they're going to have excellent field position as they look to increase their lead up 21-13 over the North.
But like we were talking about with Newberry, you have to pay so much attention to Gorman and Lippard that it spreads the defense, and then he just gets in that pocket and then takes off, and he's going against a linebacker in the open field just to generate something, because offensively they're stuck right now.
Both coaches, both Coach Bubba Trumbull as well as Coach Joe Gregorio, making the best out of now a little tougher conditions as the rain now is starting to come down. So here's the give to Cecito. He breaks to the left, cuts back, gets spun around, and is down at the North 47-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 on the play.
And here it is. Cecito thought he had an opportunity to break from right there, but good pursuit and tied him up at the ankles. Number 20 for the North. Call his name out, Scott Smith from Harbor High. Nice to see Scott in there playing the defensive back role.
2nd and 4. 6-yard gain for Cecito. And here's the handoff once again, and this time going nowhere as he's pulled down. Dietz on the tackle, as well as number 12, Nick White, also Dominic Bonner. So a good job for the North to tie up Cecito. It's going to be 3rd down and 4, and with conditions getting a little less favorable, this might be a time to do just a kind of either a rollout pitch, John, or just let Josiah Brown see if he can get this with his feet. Or you give it to Brentlinger and let him just power forward and see what he can do.
Yeah, because if they can keep this ball rolling, keep the ball, the North not going to have enough time to do something.
Here's Cecito, and he's going to go nowhere. And it's a fumble on the ground. Are they going to call no? They're going to say Cecito was down on the play. Great job by the North defense, and it's going to bring up now 4th down, a punt situation for the South.
And Michael Shuey took it in the end zone. I don't think we got a shot of that, folks, but the ball was called dead, but Shuey said, what the heck, I've always wanted to run in the end zone, and he does a flip. Check it out if we have it at the end of this. This is great high school stuff right here. So there's Shuey. He wants that ball so bad that it's a fumble, and I got it. Now watch the acrobatics of Michael Shuey. This is a defensive player's dream right here. He's chugging right along, and he goes, I'm going to the end zone, baby. Lift off. Oh, come on. There we go, slow mode. Check out that camera action. Great job, guys.
And I'll tell you what, folks, conditions, we talk about these players. John and I have the best seat in the house. We have the warmest seat in the house. But what a great job by the camera crew, all these folks here at CTV, just braving the conditions. And, you know, even though it's not the frigid conditions of a Lambeau Field, a heavy rain will get to you after a while, but a great job by the staff.
Okay, Edmund, right now, here's our answer. I'm going to have to go. I think Zorn went to the coaching. I'm going with the snake. A, Kenny Stabler.
The only reason I'm going to go with Steve Young.
Oh, don't say
because he's a Niner. Because he's a Niner. But the reason I said the same thing, I didn't know if Stabler went into the Hall of Fame. And I thought he might have because he was a Super Bowl winner, but Steve Young.
Okay, folks, this is one where you can bet this one when you're wagering with your friends. First left-handed quarterback inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's Bay Area's own number 8 out of Brigham Young University, Steve Young. And that's a nice
brave
fan
right
there.
It's going to be Zach Cecito.
Oh, and he would.
And this is an interesting setup. Since you can't rush the punter, Coach Gorio has just got his players spread all across the field. So here is the punt by Cecito. It's a wobbly kick, fair catch called, and we'll see if it bounces, and it does take a south bounce to about the 20-yard line. So the North will take over down by 8 with 8:41. Coach Trumbull, John, has got to get something going here.
Trumbull, he wants no jacket. He wants no hat. He's saying, look, we're going to win this game. We're going to do it the right way. He's in shorts. He's got no socks, and he's got the black shoes. Bubba's making my all-coaching apparel outfit team today. Okay, they got one shot. This is going to be it right here, this drive. Again, they need to exploit the quickness of Zach Newberry, not as a quarterback, but as a running back, and have him go one-on-one against Jacob Sifke in the linebacking role. Here we go.
North down by 8, 8:41, and here's the inside handoff to DeLucchi. He breaks a tackle, gets tripped up, and gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line, but it was Mitchell Guzman that got an ankle and brought DeLucchi down.
And DeLucchi, again, great running. I think it was he played for the Santa Cruz Cardinals, running back.
Yep.
So great job there. There's our colors. Those colors don't run. Red, white, and blue, baby.
No, they get prettier every day, too.
Okay. Here we go. 2nd down and 4. It's the handoff. They're going to give this.
Goes to DeLucchi once again across the 30 to 32. So it'll be a 1st down as the Santa Cruz High senior gets across. They'll move the sticks. And the North now, as John, as you had mentioned, starting to put together a small little run. And they got quite a few yards to go still and need to get in the end zone down by 8 and get a 2-point conversion.
Question for you, Mr. Skirch. Is there 2-point conversions in this game?
I believe there are, yes.
Okay. Okay. So that mixed extra point really comes into play.
And it's going to be a flag that comes in from the line judge. And we'll wait for the official call.
Seven minutes, 46 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
This is going to be against the South on an illegal substitution. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it will be 1st and 5. And, you know, we both kind of laughed. We walked out in the pregame, John. We were getting attacked by the rain, but also the gnats.
Yeah, something was going on here.
Like
Carl.
a ton of gnats all over the field.
It'll be 1st and 5.
Oh, we know how those boys feel. Edmund and I spent many a day up at the bird's nest here at Carl Conley Field.
Hopefully they're not
that shot
taken by the gnats.
Look at that shot. We've been there, guys. Been there, done that.
So here's Newberry. 7:30 and counting. Give this to Lippert. And he'll break a couple tackles and get thrown down across the 40 to the 43-yard line. And that will be a 1st down for the North.
Clock's going to stop.
North continuing their drive. Ball will be spotted at their own 44-yard line.
And there's a replay of that run right there. Again, clock stops. Move the chains for the 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the North All-Stars.
So the North All-Stars making a statement here.
Just over 7
Keeping the ball on the ground, fighting the elements. And it's been DeLucchi and Lippert, and this will be DeLucchi again. He fights up the middle, gets across midfield to about the 48-yard line. Good job by Derek DeLucchi. It'll be a gain of 8 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 2.
So this is an encouraging drive for the North. Here we go right there. DeLucchi getting a lot of handoffs this drive. It's starting to get a rhythm right there, that offensive line. Could the South defense be getting tired? These guys have been going both ways. Game's winding down, 6.5 left in the 4th.
Inside handoff this time to Lippert. And how he got out of the first tackle, I have no idea. He got away from Brentlinger. He got away from Crowley. But it was Colby Nelson. And John Nelson's had a great game defensively.
He sure
came
has.
in, made the stop.
Take a look at this. Colby Nelson just meets head on. Hello. Mr. Lippert, meet Mr. Nelson. Again, rain coming down right here, 3rd and 2.
6 minutes and running here in the game. And it'll be a 2-receiver split left.
Both teams have done really well today, despite the conditions.
And here's the handoff to Minnie. Minnie's going to get the 1st down. He gets across the 45. Fumble! Ball's on the ground, but it looks like the North has recovered.
I'm just surprised.
And a good recovery on the play by Dominic Bonner.
Oh, here it is right here. Minnie trying to get some extra yardage. He spun around, and a nice helmet tackle. Again, Colby Nelson from Monte Vista comes in with his helmet and gets that ball. Luckily for the North, they do recover their own.
And Minnie comes off holding his right shoulder, and we'll wait to see how he does. Javier Jones now comes into the ball game, and he'll get the handoff. And Jones, just a power runner, gets across the 40 to the 39-yard line. So again, a short gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and a long 7. But every time you go through one back, John, another one comes running right back in. And how do you like the fact that Javier Jones today has gotten maybe the 3rd most carries on the team, and he's still an effective runner?
Right. Unbelievable. Javi had a great year for Ron Myers, Soquel Knights.
So second and a long 6.
This is a big play right here for the North.
And Canego almost jumps off and gets back. And here the give again is to Jones. And Jones burrows his way across the 35, keeps fighting, and he'll get to the 33-yard line. Great individual effort, gain of 5, and it's going to bring 3rd down and about 1.
Marcos Barrancos puts on a nice push right here. Marcos is working, pushing. There he goes. He's pushing. Look at Marcos, number 56. He's got to make up for that missed PAT.
Good call. Good call right there. 4:20 and counting here in the ball game. The North starting this drive on their own 22, and they're now at the south 33-yard line. 3rd and a long 1. Here's the give to DeLuca. He's got the first down. He bounces outside, gets across the 30 to the 27. First down for the North. 4 minutes here in the ball game.
Oh, and you know what? This drive has really all been DeLuca from Santa Cruz. I think this is his 5th or 6th carry of this drive. So they found something. There's Lippard right there.
And that was a great seal block by Javier Jones as well. Great seal on the play as DeLuca and Jones back, really doing a great job of being a tandem on the carries. And this is going to be the give to Jones. He's got a big hole, and he busts forward, gets across the 20-yard line.
Edmund, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a look again. Nice lead block by DeLuca, helping out 28, Javier Jones, Double J. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, Edmund, but do we have a format just in case the North does go in, scores, does the 2-point conversion for a tie?
Unless they call it just a tie and they end it that way, I would assume that would be the same rules as they do in high school. So it means you would go back and forth from 10 yards out, et cetera, et cetera. There is a timeout that's called on the field, and it's going to be called by the South. And folks, don't forget this winter on CTV Sports, girls and boys basketball starting the 16th of January, Scotts Valley versus SLV, that big battle that seems to get more interesting every year as these two schools know how to battle. Also, don't forget there's going to be boys soccer on CTV Sports, 2 premier soccer programs in Paro Valley and Watsonville. And as John had mentioned earlier, and I'm sure he'll mention again, don't forget about wrestling. The SCCL Championship Tournament beginning the 27th of February. Again, winter sports, CTV Sports, this 2011.
No, you talk about wrestling. These football players, they have pads, helmets, cleats and everything like that. Wrestlers, they go in there mano-a-mano with a spotlight on them, and they're going after it. And it is just a blast to watch. So it'd be real fun to watch how that comes out here on CTV.
Just a great lineup coming out for 2011, so stay tuned. 2nd and 3 with the ball on the 20-yard line. And this is DeLuca, and he just burrows his way again to the 15. Good pickup, first down for the North. And John, they're doing exactly that. The ball control just eating up minutes on the clock.
No, just like that, keeping those feet going on. And if the time of possession definitely was in the favor of the South, the North has recaptured it for a good portion of this quarter and have just put together drives behind the legs of DeLuca and JJ, Javier Jones from Soquel.
Lippard is in the ball game, and he's going to get the inside handoff, and he's taken down by Jacob Sifke. He'll get to about the 13. A little chippy are both teams.
Yeah, starting to see that.
And with 2:50, this game is getting a little bit more interesting. Now 2:45 and running on the short pickup by Lippert. It'll bring 2nd down and about 8.
Again, have you noticed, Edmund, on this drive, no passes?
Nope.
Kept it all on the ground. That's why that 3rd quarter went by so quick as well.
The rain letting up a little bit, so I guess if you're gonna throw, you may want to do it quickly, as there is a short window that's open as far as weather is concerned.
Well, I don't think you want to challenge Cicito, the defensive back on the right side of your screen.
Here's Lippert getting outside. He's got some room to run. He comes back cross, and he's going to get taken out of bounds and taken out by number 24, Monte Vista's Alan Cooper, but not before Lippert bounces outside and just does some hard running towards the sideline, getting inside the 5 and taken out. They're going to give him forward motion at, actually they're going to give him backwards motion actually, and take him down to the 6.
Lippert's been on the sideline a good portion of this drive, so great call by Bubba Trumbull to bring him in. Did you notice he had a little
fresh
skip?
legs?
Yeah, fresh legs to his run right there. So the North in good position, folks, to make a game out of it.
Here's the inside handoff to Jones. He stopped right at the 3.
Right now,
that will be, it should be enough for a first down, and it is. So with just at the 2-minute mark, it's going to be 1st and goal. 21-13 is our score in favor of the South. So the North, again, they need a touchdown, and they need the 2-point conversion. And John, they have proven that they can make this happen. These are the playmakers that we thought we'd see from the onset of the ballgame.
Well, right now, Edmund, if I'm Bubba Trumbull, I'm walking by my offensive coordinator going to start thinking about a play for that 2-point conversion right now.
Absolutely.
Because they are going to stack it. So you got to pull something out of the hat there.
Here's the give to Lippert, and he's tripped up. Good job on the play by number 31, Max Crowley. He gets to about the 1-yard line, so it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Okay, now check this running out. Great tackle right there by Crowley. Is that 31? Now, Edmund, we're getting close here. If they get in the end zone right here, I want to talk to you about the play calling for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Bonner as a split receiver to the right. And Newberry will give it to Javier Jones. He's not going to be in the end zone. He is going to fall short. His knee did touch the ground, so it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1-foot line, John.
Check this out, folks. You can't get any closer for Javier Jones. He falls forward. He's got to be close to that white line right there. That's how close they are. They did hold him. They're going to have 2 chances. Right now, they're going to have 2 chances to get in, but Edmund, during this timeout, we have a chance to talk. I think they're going to get in. They're going to have a 2-point conversion. You know Coach Gregorio's defense is going to throw the stack up the middle. That tight end could be open. Hey, folks, you want to get a copy of this great game that's coming down to the wire? We're going to have them for sale for $25. For more information, call 831-425-8848 for a copy of this game. It's a keepsake. It's a holiday gift present. We got it on DVD at CTV, and here we go. 4th quarter action.
3rd and goal inside the 1. And here's the give to DeLucchi. Great job defensively. Looks like ball may be on the ground, and we will wait, and it is a turnover. Great job on the play by the South. They come up with a huge turnover, and that's number 5, David Brannon. 2 touchdowns today, John. He comes up with a crucial turnover with just under a minute here in the ball.
Unbelievable play by the South. Here we go. Let's take a look at it. Coach Trumbull's going, what the heck just happened?
Derek DeLucchi took the handoff.
He deserved it to get in.
Great
look
pressure.
At that play
Great
right
pressure.
there. Who was that? Is that
At the 1-yard line?
And coming over, that's Kobe Nelson, John. He's had a tremendous game today.
Can we see that one more time, folks? You got to see Kobe Nelson from Monte Vista giving it up on this.
Inside the 1-yard line.
That kind of reminded me of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where the guy just jumped in the backfield.
Exactly.
Unbelievable job by Kobe Nelson. And Josiah Brown is just going to try to get forward progress, and he'll get to the 1-yard line. John, one more time.
Okay, coming in from the right-hand side of your screen, here comes Kobe Nelson from Monte Vista. Check it out. Good job.
Play of
right
the
there.
year.
34 for Watsonville. Made the play, too. Shane McKeithen. Shane McKeithen from Watsonville and Kobe Nelson come up big for the South.
Coach Trumbull will call a timeout, and he'll have 1 left with 44 seconds. It's 2nd down and 9, and again, Josiah Brown just trying to run the clock out. The South doing an unbelievable job here in this 5th annual Lions Senior Bowl.
And if you got to go with a Lions Bowl play of the game, I got to go to the Wildcat and to the Mustang. Colby Nelson and Shane McKeithen come up with the Lions Bowl defensive play of the game. But look, Edmund!
Unbelievable. Josiah Brown did nothing more than try to burrow ahead and turns the ball right back over.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be
John,
kidding me.
that's all the right moves. We've had 2 movies back to back.
Come on,
and that's
Seth.
all the right moves right there.
Seth.
Just trying to, unbelievable
job.
job.
Come on, 45.
Josiah Brown
Russell
on the keeper.
Parker.
And John, he couldn't even get the handoff from the onset. He didn't even get the handoff from Garrett Martin to begin with, and that ball's turned over, so it's at the 2 with 39 seconds left.
Here I am, Edmund, talking about the Lions Club defensive player of the game. You got to switch it over to Russell Parker from SLV. Here we go. 38 seconds left, folks.
So, and this is Newberry, and he's going to try to take it, and there's no call yet. He's going to be short. The clock is going to run. I believe the North has 1 timeout left, and they're going to take it right here with 30 seconds left. What an unbelievable last minute.
Look at where that ball is, Scourge.
Unbelievable last minute. So Bubba Trumbull now coming back in, and he's got options. He's got Jones, DeLucchi, Lippert, and he's also got Newberry to run it in. And again, you couldn't ask for a spot any closer to that end zone without touching that
hey, folks,
line.
Folks, we're selling DVDs of this game. You got to get one. $25 DVD. You got to keep this one. This is one to show the kids. Look at Bubba.
So Coach Trumbull talking to his squad.
Edmund, there's nothing going on the inside. That's why you got to possibly fake the dive and have a quarterback keeper. Steve Young would do it.
Well, you do, and you're right, because at this point right here, you do have time for at least 2 plays, because if they don't get it, they can line up and spike the ball, and they still have time for a final play. Here we go. Newberry with the fake. Oh, and he gets taken down. Unbelievable job.
Shane McKeithen
did not buy the fake inside. Now they're going to have to spike it, and they're going to have 1 play left, the clock running with 20 seconds. McKeithen, an incredible job. And we'll see if he spikes it. It looks like they're going to go for it, and he does spike it. So we are down, folks, to 1 play with 11.4 seconds in this ball game. Unbelievable job by McKeithen, as he just the block by, or the lack of a block by Javier Jones just to try to seal it, allowed McKeithen to come right in. And now it is down to 1 play, John. The ball spot on the 3.5-yard line. And I'll tell you something. If you're a senior, you're going to remember this game for a long time.
You're absolutely right. Great call there, Edmund. Here we go.
Here's the final play for the North, barring a penalty. And it's going to be the pitch, and it's given to Jones, and Jones is going to get taken down. The South unbelievably does the job. 4 opportunities for the North inside the 2-yard line, and the South comes up huge, John. And they are celebrating. There's 1 second. They're going to have to run 1 play. But again, you got to love the enthusiasm of high school football. And you couldn't ask for a more wild 1 minute with the North 8 opportunities to get in the end zone, and the South just saying, not going to do it today.
Watsonville and the Pajaro Valley Unified School District representing tonight. Aptos, Pajaro Valley, Watsonville, and Monta Vista.
And St. Francis.
And St. Francis. Unbelievable.
So this will be the final stat with just under 1 second here in the ball game. 21-13 is our score. I almost want to say defense was a huge factor in this ball game, especially here in the second half where defense really stepped up.
What was crazy, Edmund, was the North were so successful for about 50 yards, and it took them 4 plays, and they couldn't get it inside the 5.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
They couldn't do it. Unbelievable. Great stand. Again, Sifke, Martin, Canego. Give it up for Kobe Nelson and Shane McKeithen.
All these folks doing a great job, and that's going to be the ball game. So the final score is 21-13. The South, winners of the 5th annual Lions Bowl. And John, we could say as much as we want about these players, about these boys. How about giving it up for the Lions Club and putting this together, allowing these boys a chance to play football in December when football still matters. It's still in the hearts and minds of many. And thanks to the Lions Bowl for allowing this group of 56 some odd seniors to really lay it all out in the field one last time to strap it up, and memories that they will remember for a lifetime.
No, absolutely. And you know what? This game was, bottom line, it's a game, Edmund, and it was fun. And it was fun. Unbelievable. Great job by both teams. Great sportsmanship being shown right now with all the seniors saying their final goodbyes. Coaching staff meeting there as well. Your final score is, we'll be back after this break. Again, South County 21, North County 13.
Our final score, once again, 21-13. The South winners in the 5th annual Lions Senior Bowl. Couldn't ask for a more exciting, entertaining ball game, and I know it's one that these seniors are going to remember for a long time. CTV Sports is a presentation of Community Television of Santa Cruz County, a nonprofit membership organization serving county residents by providing education and tools to access media. Find out more by visiting communitytv.org. The Lions Senior Bowl is presented by the Santa Cruz Host Lions Club, and all proceeds benefit Lions programs that support hearing and sight conservation, as well as the development of our community's youth. Get involved at santacruzlions.org. This CTV presentation of the Lions Senior Bowl is made possible in part by the generous support of Cruzio Internet, Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, co-location data center, and flexible workspaces with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com. Also by Independent Rentals, offering dependable truck, van, and trailer rentals for over 10 years. Customer satisfaction is very important in independent rental, and they prove it every day. On the web, independentrentalco.com. Coastal RV, serving Santa Cruz County for over 20 years with professional and friendly staff. Visit them online at coastalrvservice.net. Coastal RV, we come to you. Johnny, highlights.
Oh, boy, and do we have some highlights for you. Let's pick up the action in the third quarter. It's Zach Cecito starts off the drive, and he goes 38 yards, and he's run out of bounds by the South. This guy was going to Paybert. They don't call him Lightning for anything. This would set up a 12-yard run by his teammate, St. Francis Shark, Max Crowley, to go up 21-13 in the third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, the North forces a fumble. Cecito gives up the ball, and Michael Shuey, the play is called dead, but Michael Shuey performs Air Jordan at Carl Connolly Field. Give it up, Michael. Atta baby. Good job by Shuey. The play was called dead. The insinuating run sets up Nick Lippard, and he gets them in the scoring position. The Cougars, Nick Lippard takes this one on, and he barrels ahead. This sets up the goal line stand of the year, folks. Action was happening. They force a fumble. Colby Nelson from Monte Vista forces a fumble, and it's the South's ball. They retain it inside of 30 seconds. But on the very next play, Josiah Brown of Aptos, he fumbles the ball back, kind of like All the Right Moves out of that movie. And you can't believe it. The North is going nuts. We get redemption, and here we go. Crowley, a plethora of St. Francis Sharks, Cecito, Crowley, Sipke, Garrett Martin. They're all in on it, and they throw him for a loss for the final play of the game. The victory goes in this 5th annual Lions Senior Bowl to the north, to the South.
21-13 is our final score, and wow is right.
Wow.
A lot of action through this whole game, but more importantly, the last minute. Just unbelievable. Folks, our next telecast, girls and boys varsity basketball, it's a doubleheader. Scotts Valley versus San Lorenzo Valley, Sunday, January the 16th at 7 p.m. Tune in to Comcast 25, our Charter 71 on your CTV Sports. We want to thank CTV, especially Craig Judson and the crew, for all their hard work and effort, especially in the conditions out here. Also, we want to thank the Lions Club for putting this together. Folks, our final score, 21-13, the South, winners of the 2010 Lions Senior Bowl, and we'll look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care, everyone.